All right. Today we are installing the window kit that you can't tell I've had for quite some time. And I'm sorry if you're like this, but that's just the nature of the beast. I really can't do a whole lot for you. Although inform you to turn your head just a little bit. Hee hee. Okay. So it says there's a couple steps. You place the plastic or the stickering thing stuff down. You measure and cut. You place on, and then you shrink the film with air dryer to remove wrinkles. I don't care about this step. I'll teach you a faster way instead of doing this number. And so we'll go through this kind of quick like. Anyway, so what you do, you take your tape, go on one side, overlap it, bring it to the other. I've done this a couple of times. You want your handy dandy piece, so then you cut it. You cut it a little bit over. Alright? And to speed things up, instead of going and dinking around with that one, you go to the bottom one, because these aren't overlapping and you would want these things to, you probably should secure this down just a little bit. So you got that one up, you go ahead and do this bottom one. I've done it on a couple of them just to let you guys know that this is not my first rodeo. But if it is, if you think it is, that's fine. That is quite okay with me. So instead, you pull your edge of your scissor, your skizzer, as we always said in grade school. You pry this back just a little bit. And by prying it back, you are pushing off the one tape and not. It happens, right? Not a lot a guy can do about that. Oh, you're killing me. This is the worst step of it all. For me anyway. I'm sure someone else is like, oh yeah, no problem, I can handle that. But this guy, not so fortunate. Oh. So then when you do this, you just keep pushing. Remember, heat can release a lot better, especially if your stuff's a little on the old side. It also activates the other side, so that way you can get a nice firm thingamabobber there. And then you do the same with this side. And go ahead and just pull this, possibly pull this out. I'm not really 110% sure. On this thing, I'm just winging it. I hate these stupid pull to remove, or pull to expose, or expose then after the fact. There's no after the fact scenario, it's just it is what it is. I might be a little grumpy today, I don't know. Oh, airplane. Airplanes make me happy. I don't know, I just always get to be able to see them fly over. The airport's really close. It is really one of the nice things about being in this house. And like my brother mentioned, I didn't notice, little Piper, that he's going in at a sideways angle, like he's not flying in quite straight. He's flying at an angle because it's such a wind gust to the one side. It's really, I don't know. I like watching stuff like that. But on stuff like this, you just tape over it. None's the wiser. And let's see, and then you do the same to the other side. Remember that you want to go above and below. I always do it on the one chunk. That's just because that's the way I do it. Other people can do it out here. I don't remember what the instructions say, but that's the way I like to roll. I mean, my thoughts is the closest it is, the better. But and since this is the problem child, being this over here is not over here, isn't. I'm just getting as close as I can. I do have a tendency to, on these, if you're watching me still, pull these off, insulate in between. And I got to thinking if I'm going to upgrade, which I think I'm going to upgrade, it's just more headache for me down the road. Or when I do replace these, that's just a little bit on the unhappiness side that I would be in. Oh, remember to do the thing that I didn't do. You might not have remembered that, huh? Because I know I didn't. Okay. And then this side, don't forget about this side, remember? You get better as you get older, but I don't know how much older I get before I get better. So, okay. Then they're like, oh, measure, you gotta measure. And then I say, you know what? I don't really care if I waste this stuff or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spin this thing out to whatever I see fit. And ta-da! And you go just a little bit over, just a little covering